KEB F5 to F6 Field Conversion Guide. In this video, we will demonstrate how to replace the F5 drive in housing sizes G, H, and R with the next generation F6 drives in frame sizes 3, 4, and 6. We will start with the smallest size and move towards the largest sizes in this video, giving you the hardware required and showing you the steps to remove and replace the F5 with the F6 drive. Once your F6 drive is mounted, you can remove the front cover of the drive to access the encoder ports. All retrofit kits come with encoder adapters to be used with existing encoder cable connections. Replacing the F5G housing with the F6 frame size 3. You should have the F6 frame size 3 to F5G housing retrofit kit. Part numbers are in the video description. Tools required are a torque adjustable socket wrench and a 10mm socket. Now let's get started with the conversion process, beginning with the F5 drive mounted to the sub panel. First, locate the 4 bolts holding the drive in place and one by one loosen them. Start with the bottom bolts. Do not discard the mounting hardware. Reuse the original hardware to affix the adapter to the sub panel mounting plate. It's up to the customer to determine the correct torque based on the existing hardware and mounting surface. While holding the drive in place, remove the top bolts and slowly lift the drive up and away from the sub panel. Use the F5 Combivert mounting plate position to locate the bottom 2 holes in the sub panel mounting plate. Secure the 2 bolts on the left side of the mounting plate. Leave a gap on the bottom right bolt to set the F6 drive onto. Next, take the F6 drive and set it on the bottom 2 bolts. Push the F6 flat against the adapter plate and attach the nut on the top left stud and the bolt on the top right. Do not tighten until all sub-panel mounting plate hardware are used. Next, tighten the sub-panel hardware with the correct torque based on the existing hardware and the mounting surface. Using the locking nuts from the retrofit kit, fasten them to the PEM studs and tighten them to the recommended 8 Nm of torque. Your assembly is now complete. Next, we will show the conversion of the F5H housing drive to the F6 frame size 3 drive. You should have the F5 housing H to F6 frame size 3 retrofit kit. This includes 5 M6 locking nuts and the F5H to F6 size 3 adapter plate. Part number in the description. You will need a torque adjustable socket wrench and a 10mm socket. Before installing the F6 drive, you need to remove the hardware used to fix the F5 drive to the sub-panel mounting plate. Do not discard the mounting hardware. You will reuse the original hardware to affix the adapter to the sub-panel. Start with the bottom bolts, and then while holding the drive in place, remove the top bolts and slowly lift the drive up and away from the sub-panel. Align the bottom of the adapter plate with the bottom 2 bolts. While the adapter plate is temporarily fixed by the bottom 2 bolts, insert the hardware into the top 2 keyway openings and tighten down all 4 bolts with the correct torque based on the requirements of the existing surface. Align the bottom of the F6 drive with the bottom PEM studs and push the drive flat against the adapter plate. Then attach 4 of the included locking nuts by hand, then tighten them all to the recommended 8 Nm of torque with the socket wrench. Your assembly is now complete. Now let's move on to the F5H housing drive to F6 frame size 4 conversion. You should have the F5 housing H to F6 frame size 4 retrofit kit. This includes 5 M6 locking nuts and the F5H to F6 size 4 adapter plate. Part number in the description. Required tools: torque adjustable socket wrench and a 10mm socket. Before installing the F6, remove the hardware used to fix the F5 to the sub-panel mounting plate. Do not discard the mounting hardware. You will reuse the original hardware to affix the adapter plate to the sub-panel mounting plate. Start with the bottom bolts, and then while holding the drive in place, remove the top bolts and slowly lift the drive up and away from the sub-panel. Use the F5 mounting position to locate the bottom 2 holes on the sub-panel mounting plate. Screw the mounting hardware into the bottom 2 holes, and then while the adapter plate is temporarily fixed by the bottom bolts, insert the top 2 bolts into the keyway openings and tighten down all 4 bolts to the recommended torque based on the requirements of the existing surface. Align the bottom of the F6 drive with the bottom PEM studs and push the drive flat against the adapter plate. Then attach 4 of the included locking nuts by hand. Finally, tighten all 4 locking nuts to 8 Newton-meters of torque. Your assembly is now complete. Finally, we will show you how to replace the F5 housing R drive with the F6 frame size 6 drive. You should have the F5 housing R to F6 frame size 6 retrofit kit, which includes 5 M6 locking nuts and the F5R to F6 size 6 adapter plate. You will need a torque adjustable socket wrench and a 10mm socket. First, locate the 4 bolts holding the drive in place and one by one loosen them and lift the drive from the mounting location. Reuse the original hardware to affix the adapter plate to the sub-panel mounting plate. It is up to the customer to determine the correct torque based on the existing hardware and mounting surface. Align the mounting slots on the bottom of the F6 with the PEM studs. Using the locking nuts from the retrofit kit, fasten them to the PEM studs. Finally, tighten all 4 locking nuts to 8 Newton-meters of torque. Your assembly is now complete.